Hi, I really don't know how to start this. I don't think I've made a YouTube video or thought about making YouTube videos in years. But my name is Khalil. Nice to meet you. I don't really know if anybody's gonna watch this. I really don't care. This is more for like documentation. I don't know why I want to document it. I just do. You feel me? Um, but yeah. Oh, and what I want to document is my spiritual journey. I recently have became spiritual since leaving Christianity. I was, I would say I was born Christian into a Christian household, like going to church every Sunday. And as I got older, like I want to say, mm, 12, 13, it was like I wasn't really rocking with that anymore because in my head, it got in the way of me spending time with my friends. It got in the way of me wanting to play a game, having to leave and then not being, because, right, what would happen is I used to stay at my uncle's, God rest in peace, his soul. But I used to stay at my uncle's. And what would happen is every Sunday, well, every Friday, all right, let me rephrase this. I would go to my grandma's. At first, I would go to my grandma's every weekend, and then my grandma would take me to my uncle's like like Friday afternoon, Friday night. I'd stay there Saturday, hang out with friends, play Roblox, all of that, and then Sunday I would have to go to church and then come back to my grandma's. Meaning I wasn't able to see my friends. My grandmother ended up getting custody of me, but like the routine still was like the same every Friday. Go to my uncle's, see my friends, play Roblox on the computer. But then Sunday would come around and I'd have to go to church and I wouldn't be able to play with my friends. Even if I'd ask, like, hey, can I stay and play with friends? Or hey, can I stay and just play Roblox? Or hey, can I do this instead of going to church? They'd always be like, no, you have to. And also, for the record, the church was very, very boring. Like, it wasn't it was more for like older people. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody in there was like grandmas, grandpas, like great aunts, uncles. Like, you get the gist. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a preacher sitting there talking for like hours. It was like, you know how you listen to podcasts and they're just talking, talking, talking. That's how it was. And I really had no interest in it because I didn't understand it, and nobody would explain it to me in a way that a child would understand. You know what I'm saying? So in my head, it just got in the way. Like, I knew God was all powerful. I knew to respect God. I knew to respect Jesus. But like most of the time, I'd literally just be in there watching YouTube. Like, I'd be in there watching Guava Juice, Corey Kenshin, um, shit, Azzyland, Quebble Cop, you feel me? GTA, all that stuff. But I wouldn't really pay attention in church, you know? So then as I got older and I made the decision, like I could say, hey, I don't want to go, and my grandma could respect that, you know? Like, I was old enough to not be forced to do anything. I had more independence. I just stopped going and stopped being Christian all completely because that's what I associated with. Um, I still believed in God and Jesus and stuff like that. But I wasn't upholding any Christian values. I'd say once I turned 16, that's when I think I started to become Christian again because my homeboy Howard, shout out Howard, he had took me to this church called Citywide Jubilee. It was called Jubilee. Oh shoot, my sister's about to start crying. I'm sorry if y'all hear that. But my homeboy Howard, he had took me to this church called Jubilee, and they had like this little thing called Citywide, and it was for basically high school and middle school kids, and it was like you'd go there every Friday night, and it was kind of like more of a concert. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just sitting here at 10 in the morning, bored out of my mind, listening to an old man talk. It was like jumping, screaming, like like genuinely a concert, And then when we'd sit down and talk about the Bible, it was very emotional. It was very passionate. You feel what I'm saying? So I cling. I'm a very passionate person as well, so I cling to it a lot, and I want to go every Friday. You feel me? And then that made me want to be Christian again. So then I'd say from 16 to 18, I was Christian. Once I got into college, I stopped being Christian completely. Um, like I still jacked it like I was Christian, but I wasn't maneuvering with Christian values. Like I was having sex, drinking, smoking, but like I wouldn't read my Bible, nothing like that. Before I wasn't doing none of that, and I would just read my Bible, really uphold Christian values. But then once I got into college, I threw all that shit away. Um, and then after I left college, I was thinking on what religion I should choose, and I was thinking about being Muslim because Muhammad Ali's Muslim. I really value that man. Um, had a great impact in my life. I love boxing too. Everybody that knows me knows I love boxing. So Muhammad Ali is Muslim. Malcolm X is Muslim. I really rock with Malcolm X as well. So I was thinking, maybe I should be Muslim. But then I remember there was like a rule in Muslim where in the Muslim religion where a man can have like I don't know 5 wives and a woman can only have one husband. And in my head, that doesn't make any sense. You feel me? Even though I'm not a woman and it doesn't really affect me, if anything, it benefits me. That's the problem. I feel like a religion shouldn't benefit somebody based off of their gender, race, stuff like that. Um, so Muslim went out the window. And then I was thinking about being Buddhist, but I never really got into it that much. Same thing with Hinduism. It was never really a thought. Um, but as I was thinking about it, I was thinking like, everybody that I met that was spiritual, because I have a homeboy named Will, bro, coolest nigga ever. Um, my homegirl Kyra, she's like the female version of me. So it was like everybody that I met that was spiritual was always a cool ass person. I never met somebody that was spiritual that was like, oh yeah, like I never met somebody that was spiritual that was racist. Obviously, there is people out there, but like that are racist and spiritual, but I've never encountered those people. Only people that I've encountered in spirituality is cool. Christianity, I met people that were racist, homophobic. Um, I've seen people like kill people in the name of Jesus. People think Jesus is telling them to kill a whole bunch of people, and bomb shit. Like, whoa. Same thing with Muslims. But like when it comes to spirituality, I've never heard of somebody saying, "Oh, the spirits told me to just kill everyone." I've never seen that. I've never seen a mass genocide based off of spirituality. I've seen it based off of different religions, but not based off of spirituality. So it made me want to be intrigued with that. Um so then also another thing, when I was in driving school, um there was this spiritual shop that has like crystals and pendulums and tarot cards and all that stuff, all that spiritual stuff in there. And a few times I went in there and I was genuinely intrigued. Like I want to see what they got going on. Um, and then I went in there and then I saw a pendulum. I didn't know what it was, and I asked one of the workers what it was. And the lady had told me that it was like a it would like it answers yes or no questions. It swings back and forth, you know. Um, and you ask it a whole bunch of types of questions, but mainly just yes or no questions, unless you have like something where it could spell out answers. But yeah, sorry, I'm getting more relaxed. But yeah, so I was like, I wonder if this shit really works. So then I asked it. I was in my head. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this shit out. If it works, I'm gonna buy it. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna just leave it alone. So she let me test it out, and we asked it a simple question like, "Oh, am I gonna get a new job next week?" Right? It said yes. Next week, lo and behold, got a new job. Went back to that store, copped the pendulum. It's actually right here. I copped the pendulum. Um, and then I would just use it constantly, like any yes or no questions, like, "Oh, does this person like me?" Or, "Oh, should I do this?" "Oh, should I quit my job for a new job?" "Oh, is there new opportunities coming?" Just ask it a whole bunch of questions. And then within that, I met two people that I would say that really, what's the word? Hmm. Help me make big progress within my spiritual journey, like dive deeper into it. I met this girl named Callie, and I met this girl named Caitlin. Both of them, I don't talk to neither of them anymore. We both, I fell out with both of them for like personal reasons, but I'm so grateful for the knowledge that they inflicted into my life. Callie basically ran down everything about spirituality to me, from chakras to spirit guides to soul contracts, basically everything, right? Uh, and Caitlin also would do tarot card readings for me. So like if I had a question, she'll do the tarot card readings for me. Um, and Callie did it for me as well once, and also oracle cards as well. So then I got kind of tired of asking Caitlin and Callie to do oracle cards and tarot cards for me, so I just caught my own Johns. You feel me? And that really excelled me. After I caught those and I was using them and I built connections with them, they're actually in here. I'm too much work to get them. But after that, I started learning about chakras, and that's actually why I got this bracelet. It's kind of worn out now, but yeah, that's actually why I got this bracelet for the seven chakras. But yeah, I started learning about chakras, and I started opening my chakras. I wouldn't, mm, opening them and strengthening them. I started opening my chakras and unblocking them. Um, and then after that, I started realizing how deep this shit get. Like I started uh realizing what spells were, hexes, different things. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a baby towards it. Like I'm still new to it. You feel me? I've only been spiritual for a few months, but I would say I learned a lot of ben, whoa, a lot of beneficial things within these few months. Uh, and yeah, I just want to document it. So now what I will do is I will basically tell you all I've learned so far, and as I continue learning, I'll just continue posting videos. So what I've learned so far is that vibrations are everything. Frequencies, vibrations is everything. Um, like I'm, I've started to realize people with good energy, bad energy. Like I'm starting to really, like I started to really understand the importance of energy and positive energy and the and how to use frequencies properly. I've also been starting to learn about how to connect with my ancestors. I haven't done anything yet because I haven't really been in the space to do anything yet, but I've like I'm starting to learn how to speak to them. Um I've learned about all my spirit guides. I've gained a lot um through the progress. What else have I learned? I don't know. I learned how to do a spell. I did a jar spell. I learned how to do that. So it's like a you put notes in it and different herbs and like basically whatever you said in the notes happens. You feel me? And it transforms your life. What else have I learned? I learned that I need to learn about the um 12 laws of the universe. I don't know nothing about them. So, what I've been doing is I've been trying to learn about the 12 laws of the universe, and I also want to learn about every religion. Those are I would say my goals right now is to, number one, learn the laws of the universe, the 12 laws of the universe. Number two, I would say in, learn how to increase my vibration, increase my frequency. So that way, like, what's the word? Not so that way I can manifest things easier, but so that way things just are attracted to me easily. Like the things that I want to be attracted to me are attracted to me. And the things that I don't want to be attracted to me, I'm no longer around. You know what I'm saying? I need to learn how to increase my frequency so that way I'm on the frequency of things that I want to be attracted to me. Um, and what else? And I would also say I want to learn. Another goal is I want to learn about every religion, and I want to pick out the truth in the in the lies in all of them. And yeah, because I do believe in Jesus. I believe Jesus was real. But like certain things in the Bible just I know for a fact aren't real. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole 400 nights for dude built a boat, 400 days, 400 nights, and put two of every animal on the boat. Doesn't make any sense. You know how big that boat has to be? You know how strong that boat has to be for a man well over his 100 or well over his hundreds to be able to do that? That doesn't make any sense. And you're not going to look at me with a straight face and expect me to believe that. You're not going to look at me in a straight face and expect me to believe that a woman had a child without having sex. That doesn't make any sense. Um, so yeah, I want to learn about every religion and understand them all, basically, and then and then pick out what's true to me, what I feel like is true, and what I feel like is false. I don't know what I'm gaining out of it. Well, no, I'm gaining knowledge out of it, but you know, I'm just doing it. Give me something to do, and it helps me learn and grow my spiritual journey. And you know, yeah. And thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being here with me. And I will be doing consistent updates on me learning. Oh, also, I've been reading this book about divine oneness because that's what I'm starting with. I meant to say that. I'm starting with divine oneness with the 12 laws of the universe, um, understanding that if God is within me, and collectively we all are God. I understand the sentence, but I don't at the same time. Like I'm still learning about it. And I've been reading this book I had bought for like it was cheap. Like I don't remember how much, but it was around like it was a single digit. You know what I'm saying? Like probably like $8, $9, something like that. I have been reading this book called Law of Divine Oneness by Sherry Lee on Kindle. This is what it looks like. I've been reading this book and it's been really helping me. And I've noticed while reading this book is that I really don't know how to read properly. Like I know how to read words, but then comprehending them and retaining the information is hard for me. Because anytime, most of the time that I've read it in life is reading for school. So it's like if I'm reading this book, I'm just looking for a specific answer it, close it. I don't, and then forget about it. I answered the question, got a good grade. You feel me? I've never really read for my own pleasure. Like I have before, but not really. So it's especially not something like this. If it was for my own pleasure, it'd probably be like a picture book or something like Scott Pilgrim or Amulet or like the Avatar The Last Airbender comic books or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books. Things that I really find things that I really find enjoyment in. I would read, but like nothing where it was like a real book. You feel me? There's times where I've tried to read real books, but it's just like I'll read it and then I'll just put it down and never read it again. So I'm still learning how to read properly. So I'm probably gonna have to reread this book a whole bunch of times. Um, but with that being said, I'm gonna go now. And if anybody sees this, please leave like recommendations in the comments about divine oneness. Not about like we're gonna get to the other laws, the other 11 laws of the universe. Right now, I need to focus on divine oneness. Anybody who is more knowledgeable than me in this topic, please in the comments put down any videos I should watch, any movies, shows, any other books I should read. Um, please and thank you. And yeah, thank you for being on this road for me. I'll see you.